Welcome back to the SketchUp Beginner Course, Learn 3D Modeling from Scratch. In Chapter 1, Episode 2, we will learn one of the most essential skills in 3D modeling, which is navigating inside the 3D viewport. And we're starting right now. We are back in SketchUp, and I used the previously created bookmark to access the app quickly. Before we proceed, I want to explain this mouse icon next to my cursor. This is an additional tool that we use to show you which mouse buttons are pressed. For example, as soon as I click or hold down the left mouse button, it will be highlighted. This makes it easier to keep track of what I am doing. With that out of the way, let's click on Create New in the upper left corner and select the template millimeter. The navigation tools are located in the left toolbar. If you see this arrow next to a menu item, several tools are inside. At first, we select the Orbit tool. Now the tool symbol will be displayed as a mouse cursor. This simply tells us which tool is active. By holding down the left mouse button and moving the mouse accordingly, we can orbit, or in other words, rotate the view. For example, from left to right. As soon as we release the mouse button, the view is aligned in this position. We can click and hold left mouse button again to also orbit from top to bottom or into the slope. If you pay close attention, you can see that the default sketch aligns itself with our view. Because this can be confusing, we would like to disable this feature. To do this, we go to the toolbar and pick the Select tool. Now right-click on the sketch. In the submenu, select Explode to split the sketch into its individual parts. We can then click into the 3D viewport to deselect the sketch. If we now use the Orbit tool, the sketch will stay in place, so this makes it easier to perceive the rotation of our view. Next, we have the Pan tool. Hold down left mouse button and move your mouse to pan the view. Release left mouse button to stay in place. If we want to pan the view along the green axis, for example, we have to go back to the Orbit tool, orbit the view accordingly, and then use the Pan tool to move the view along the green axis. Now we will reselect the Orbit tool and orbit back so that we can see the whole sketch. Next, we have the Zoom tool. We hold down left mouse button, and by moving the mouse, we can zoom in or out. If you need to zoom further, just release left mouse button and click and hold again. A similar tool is called Zoom Window. So let's select it. Now we can click and hold left mouse button to drag a selection window around a specific area. As soon as we release the mouse button, the area will be enlarged. And finally, we have the Zoom Extends tool. For demonstration, we will first select the Pan tool and pan the view until we can no longer see the sketch. So once we get lost inside the 3D viewport, we can click on the Zoom Extends tool to go straight back to our sketches or objects. That's pretty handy. Now we covered all the tools we need to navigate. The only drawback is that we have to select the appropriate tool from the toolbar each time we want to adjust our view. But we should be mainly focused on modeling. For example, if we model the residential building at the end of the chapter, we have to work on all sides of the building. If we constantly have to switch through the navigation tools from the toolbar, we cannot work effectively. Therefore, we can orbit, pan, and zoom by mouse button assignments. To demonstrate this, let's go to the Select tool so that none of the navigation tools are active anymore. Starting with zooming, we can scroll the mouse wheel up to zoom in or scroll down to zoom out. If we click and hold the mouse wheel, we can orbit the view by moving the mouse. And if we hold down the mouse wheel and the Shift key as well, we can start to pan. So we have a permanent access to the primary navigation tools right beneath our hand. This will speed up our workflows and we can focus on modeling. Now, we learned a lot about navigating inside the 3D viewport, but by the time you won't even think on how to move within the 3D viewport. It will happen completely casually. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to keep track of upcoming videos. And I will see you in the next episode.